Hi, gorgeous. This is episode number 82 with the outstanding entrepreneur Tony Grebmeier, who is back on the show today.
Hi, this is Tony Grebmeier, and you are listening to the Heart Sells podcast with Christine Schlonski. Excited you're here for one reason and one reason only. The heart sells, and that's how you make a living.
I'm so excited you are tuning in today, and I can't wait to continue the conversation with Tony. I've learned so much from the last episode, and it is so beautiful to see what you can achieve in just one lifetime. So hop on over to christineschlonski.com, find the podcast tab, and see all the show notes, the transcripts, and the resources we are talking about, especially Tony's fulfillment journal, where we have a special discount offer for you today. So hop on over to christineschlonski.com and check that out. Tony knows exactly what he's talking about because he is not just known for building a multi-dollar business with his childhood friends, but his mission in life is to create a community where entrepreneurs know that they can achieve anything they want despite their past. And Tony is always, or has been always, known for making money. He started his first business selling baseball cards, actually, and by the time he was 18, he already had 16 jobs. And he was only fired once, but by giving his brother an ice cream cone. And we talked about that in the last episode, which is such an interesting story. And it just had an interesting learning for Tony that he shared. So if you have not tuned in, make sure you are checking out episode number 81. In 1996, Tony launched his first online business in Silicon Valley, a web traffic and marketing company which eventually turned into his first supplement company. And in 2001, he went on to build his second supplement company, Ship Offers, from his garage. And 16 years later, Ship Offers is an eight-figure business and has been an Inc. 5000 company for the past 4 years in the row. So what an achievement. I'm so happy and pumped you are here. Let's tune in to the episode. I'm so excited to have Tony back on the show. Welcome to Heart Sells.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's always great to reconnect and continue.
Yeah, I loved our first interview. We already went really, really deep in building relationships. And, I think we both are on the same page that relationships make your life and your business. The more you can take care of them, the more you have people in your life who are positive and uplifting, the faster and further you can go yourself. So can you give us a little bit of insight, like for those entrepreneurs who might be a bit afraid of, sales or even making a cold call, connecting with people? There's always this fear of being rejected or not being good enough or not knowing what to say. Is there any advice you could share to make the lives of these people a little bit easier?
Sure. It's a great way to start off a show. Check your pulse. You're alive. Where you're at is where you're at. You've been in sales all your life, no matter what. You've been selling to people. You've been selling them the BS that you've been selling them, or you've been selling them stuff that's transformational and changing people's lives. No matter what, we've been in sales. Dating, relationships, making friends, that's all sales. You're showing them every day who you are and what you want in return, which is a connection relationship. So I tell people, let's get uncomfortable for a while and stop being comfortable. Because where real growth happens is if you go into a gym and you lift weights, your muscles stretch when you apply pressure. And so the pressure you're applying right now to your life has gotten you where you're at. So if you want to go where you've never been and you want to stop making excuses, let's get into action around pick up the phone today and just call a friend and practice on a friend. Ask a friend saying, hey, I need to make some cold calls. I'm just wanting to try out some things. Would you be willing to listen and give me some feedback? And then, next thing you know, person probably is going to say, wow, can I buy what you're selling? Because I really believe you. And it just takes practice. I wasn't a perfect salesperson. I don't even think I am a perfect salesperson. I like hard sales. I like coming from and leading from a place of love. And next thing I know, the other end of the call goes, wow, thank you so much. And when someone tells you no, this is really important. No doesn't mean no. No means not right now, like maybe later, right?
Yeah.
So in my brain, I take no and I flip it around and I actually say it's on. I'm like, thanks. You said no, but there's over 8 billion people on planet Earth. So I'm going to go keep calling. I'm going to go keep trying. I'm going to go keep knocking. I'm going to keep writing emails. I'm going to keep writing letters. I'm not going to this is the hardest thing for all of us, is don't let the haters get you down. Haters are actually a good thing because they allow you know that you're making a difference. You're doing something, and that's agitating people. And when you cause agitation, you also cause people's hearts to shift, because the right people will be there when you're in the right place. So keep going. Don't give up.
Yeah, I love that. And it's so funny because I always say, stop just dreaming, act now. Because, if you don't do anything, you're never going to get anywhere.
Talk's cheap. No one pays for cheap talk.
Yeah, exactly. So when you get a no, do you ask why you did get it, or do you just move on?
No, I always want to know what I can do to get better, right? So, Christine, you share something with me and I say no. Yeah, not right now. You may push and say, so when would be a better time? Like, when should I follow up with you? Every person that I've ever interacted with around business or a relationship, I make a mental log first of what did I say? How did I position it? What was working? Then what caused a shift? And I realized that I also put a date back in we use Pipedrive. That's our software, CRM here. I put a little note in Pipedrive for 3 months. Just put a 3-month little window. I lost a customer like a month ago. And I had my sales director write him like 2 weeks after that and just said, hey, I just want to say thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciated the time that we worked with you. Sorry it didn't work out. And he wrote, thank you so much for thinking of us and taking time to just say hello. So I log that in my brain. I put it down in Pipedrive for 3 months and I just follow up. And my follow-ups are like, hey, I was just thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. If there's anything that we can do to help you, let us know. Right. And so don't take a no as a rejection. Remember, 99.9% of the time has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. That's a very good reminder.
So people say no all the time. I think people are learning to say no more because I was around a lot of people, even myself, for a long period of time that said yes to everything. And then I got stuck going, why did I say that? I want a refund. I want a chargeback. I want to credit my account. I don't know why I did that. And so now I'm just more mindful. With now, what you also have at your fingertips today is the internet. You can research and Google. And a lot of times people say, I can do better. I can get a better price somewhere else. And you're like, okay. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to work on your price?
Yeah. But it depends on what your service is or what your product is. I believe price is one of the things that does not really count. If people see the value you add, and the value is more than the price, and they will be happy to move forward.
To a certain extent. Like, I don't give my pricing out to anybody in the first or second call. We do it. We've done it that way for 18 years. What we do is ask what it is that you're looking for. Why are you interested in moving your operation? What is it that you've been experiencing that's causing you to even jump on the phone or research new companies? And price is there. Price is always something. You're not going to pay $50 if you could get the same thing for $40, right? It doesn't matter how good the value is. Your $10 is $10. But what I found is that when I get to understand, they don't have the whole picture of where that $50 or $40 is coming from. They're not seeing the entire picture. So what I like to try to do is say, hey, send me your bill. Send me what you're paying for your services and surcharges. And I'll look at it and I'll send it back to you. And this is the value piece that you're asking. I'll send it back to you with my notes on how you can go back to your existing fulfillment company. Stay there, but get a substantial discount on what you're doing in the fulfillment space. But I planted a seed. I planted a really powerful seed with them that I didn't get their business, but I gave them a way to save money. And then when maybe they get frustrated some more, Or they're like, hey, I remember that guy said on the phone, that was so nice of him. I'm going to go re-explore that opportunity. And that's why when you sell and you make a sale, even when you lose a sale, you're asking yourself this question, like, what could I have done better? Ask yourself what you could do better on making a sale in the future, right? The greatest compliment you'll ever receive is an unsolicited referral. Somebody talking about you in the industry, in the space, saying, hey, you should go talk to that person. Go talk to Christine at Heart Cells. She's amazing. I love the work she's doing, right? You can't pay for that. There is no billboard you're going to put on the side of the road that's going to give that much influence. So I'm a true believer, no matter where you're at, it's just the beginning. There's always room for improvement. Do everything you can to possibly get the Ritz-Carlton 5-star. And up until that point, when you don't have it, keep working really, really, really hard to get to know your customer at a higher, deeper, more committed level. I know so much about our customers. I know where they're from. I know their kids' names. I know the kids' schools. I know the years that they're in. And people go, why would you want to know all that? I'm like, how do you build connection? You care.
Yes.
And so other companies don't give to about anything. They just want your money. And I've seen it because I've been a part of it. And I that's why I got into the business I'm in. Someone was taking care of me as a customer and didn't take care of us. They just took our money. And they didn't perform a service. And at the end of the day, there's thousands of fulfillment companies out there. There's only one that I think really, really cares. That's us. And I love seeing it every single day when people really come back to us going, wow, like you didn't have to do that, but why did you do that? I'm like, because I put myself in your shoes. That's what I want in return. I want somebody to care. It's fulfillment. It's a box getting delivered from one space to another. Yeah, but the wow that I'm looking for in the experience, I want it to be, if it's the best brown box we can, it's the best tape job we can, it's the best label job we could, it's the best data that we could get together, it's the best experience I could give. That's what I'm after. So yes, your value and your experience is 100% correct, but you don't know what you don't know. So how would you ever get there? Well, a compliment, a referral from somebody is going to give you basically an angle to get into our company, because we're not out soliciting for business. Like I don't go on tons of podcasts and spend all my time talking about ship offers. It's not where I don't need more business. I want people who want to leave a legacy. That's who I'm after. I want somebody who's up to wanting to change the world, who wants to be in business for a period of time, not just a week or a month or a year. I want people who, this is what they love to do. Because then that kind of goes in alignment with Heart Cells. It feels good. It works. You know that you're getting something in return, and you're adding and giving value. So that's kind of my take on that question, is like, you're not going to pay $40 or $50 when you know you could get it for $30 for the exact same thing. So what's the difference between all of those things is probably how they're taking care of their customer at $30 and realizing the value they're giving.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But what I wanted to say is, like, price is not the number one factor that a person makes a decision. Right? There are other 5-star hotels.
Yep.
But you would choose the one that gives you the best service every time. And that
every
really...
time. Yeah, and it's not a fluke service. It's every time, right? Like you're looking for something every time to be phenomenal.
Yeah, awesome. So
do you have you use American Express?
Me personally, no.
So American Express, for example, here's a shameless plug for them. They do a phenomenal job of taking care of their customers. Phenomenal, like above and beyond anything you could possibly imagine. So the other day I had called and I was like, hey, I'm staying at this hotel in Toronto. I normally have late checkout. I get usually $100 or $200 credit to use in room service or the spa or whatever. And they're like, oh, well, you booked on our other site. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I logged into the same place and booked it in the same transaction. She's like, well, let me see what I can do. And she came back a minute or two later and she's like, there's nothing I can do. And I was like, and it left me thinking, wow, I'm giving a shameless plug to American Express because there's nothing they could do. But she said, I'll get back to you and let you know what I can do in the future to make sure this doesn't happen again. And I actually really like that, because she took some time, even if she read a script, to know that I was upset. But she said that she would look into it and get back and see what she can create. And I love when people do that in sales and in business. Is like, no doesn't mean no. It means not right now. So I have to remind myself what I stated. And then I can always do better. It's what she worked on. And there's always room for improvement. And you're never a 5-star every time. There's always going to be somebody who's going to have a bad experience. So I love the fact that they said no, but let me see what we can do to be better. And I think that's a really great way to live life.
Yeah. And then, also to remember to come back to you, because sometimes, you hear that and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah, I got a follow up email, and then I've got some going back and forth. So it was
Yeah.
nice to see that they actually did what they said they
They
were
do
going to do
care.
when they
Yeah.
said they would do it, and made me feel like I was a priority, not just another number in their system.
Yeah, I love that. So when people, have a bad day sometimes, and, maybe you have bad days sometimes too, what do you do to get yourself out of that funk?
Never quit on a bad day. So number one, just remember that. Never quit on a bad day. Number two, um, get out a piece of paper and just start writing some things that you're grateful for. Um, my coach and mentor, Sean Stevenson, has a really simple exercise that I use a lot. It's called When Life Works List. And
Mm.
you literally write down, 10 to 14 things that, when your life is working great, you're doing these things like exercising, going for a walk, journaling, eating healthy, lifting weights, spending time with your family. And we also have When Life Sucks list. When life isn't working great, we have that list too. And in the moment, you get to choose which one you pick from. And since good and bad can't exist in the same thread in the mind can't do both at the same time. It either is or it isn't. So just choose like 3 to 4 off of your When Life Works list and live there. So if you're not feeling great, maybe ask yourself, am I been eating bad? Have I been exercising? Have I got far from my routine? Am I binge watching late night episodes? Am I not getting enough sleep? Like, those are all the things that you shouldn't be doing, but you've been doing them. So better, so do better. And then just pick some things on that When Life Works list and start doing them and try to get to 3 or 4, and you're going to feel better right away. And you can feel better within a moment because you're going to get honest with yourself. See, we make excuses and we lie to ourselves. Why? I don't know, but I can look this guy in the mirror and make a lie or an excuse up and buy into it. So stop feeding yourself with stuff that isn't working and start giving yourself the experiences of all the things that you can do. And you're not a powerless person. You're a phenomenal, powerful person who can do anything. You got to this point in life, so we can do better.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome finish of this second episode. Thank you so, so much. And people can go to BeFulfilledJournal.com to have like a guidance for the day. It's a really amazing journal that they can use in the morning, in the evening. So I highly recommend that. And we even have a special discount for all the hard sellers, which is so, so exciting. Thank you so much, Tony, for your time, for sharing your wisdom and knowledge and stories. I really, really appreciate you.
Well, I'll leave it with this. Like, I am better off for Ann Bill, you getting us connected and for us knowing one another. And I'm so proud to be a part of what you're doing. And that's why I say yes when people call me up and say, you want to be on a show? I'm like, what's the title? I always think about the title. Heart sells. I'm like, yeah, that's where I live. You gotta sell from your heart. You can't sell from your mind. You gotta sell from your heart. Because if you do that, you feel good about what you do. So thank you for allowing me to spend some time with you today.
Thank you so much, and talk to you soon. I so enjoyed this episode with Tony Grebmeier, and it is so true. You've been in sales all of your life, and the question is, how do you use it? What are you making out of it? How do you build relationships? How do you show up from your heart space and you really serve and make the clients happy? And what can you do to work with them on a long term so that your life becomes easier, that they send people your way and you create this wonderful community of clients and fans. So I really hope that you enjoyed this episode and that you are tuning in for the next one. Best would be to just go and subscribe to Heart Sells Podcast if you have not already. And then all the goodies, the transcript, the resources you find at christineschlonski.com. Find the podcast tab. Have a look. Go to the page, sign up for the empowerment notes so you get them into your inbox once a week with all the amazing things that are going on and all the tips and advice of how you can create a lifestyle of your dreams and a business where you really make sales fun, where you make it with confidence, ease, and grace. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited that we are on this journey together, and I can't wait for the next episode. Have a wonderful day, and bye for now.